Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This week I want to talk to you guys about blood donations and a little bit about my experience with donating blood at school. So first things first is, why should people donate blood? So as everyone knows, that blood is a very critical part of our existence as human beings. Like, if you don't have no blood, you're dead, like you're not alive. So everybody needs blood, and unfortunately there are some people who suffer certain illnesses or go through certain traumatic events that may need more blood because they're losing blood. So for example, pregnant women, they may need blood because some women go through really traumatic births where they lose a lot of blood, they hemorrhage, and they just need the blood. And unfortunately, some women don't have the ability, or the country that they live in, there's no resources to get them any blood. So a lot of women, sometimes they die because simplest thing, them can't get no blood. And or you have some people who are extremely, like children who are anemic, they may require blood as well. Or people who go through like car accidents, freak accidents, things that happen that you just may never know. And the next thing about blood is, blood has a very short shelf life. So because it has a very short shelf life, that means blood needs to be in constant supply, because the demand is so high and it does not have a very long shelf life once it's out of the body. Even when it's in the body, we all know that blood cells live for like 120 days, so they don't really last that long because our body is always producing more blood cells. So what happens when people give blood? So when people give blood, first things first, you have to give a history, a very detailed clinical history about your health and your family's health, to make sure that you are able to give blood. And then normally when somebody donates blood, you normally donate 450 milliliters of blood, and that's, you normally call it like a pint of blood you give. And your body normally replaces the lost fluid within 36 hours, but it is recommended that you maybe donate blood at least like once a year. Don't try to go over that, because you may be putting your body at risk of having certain illnesses. Of course, if you have a low pain tolerance, it may hurt, but more than likely you won't be having any problems if you're healthy and you're good. So people who really should not be giving blood is if you're sick, if you are anemic, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, if you have certain medical conditions, you should not be giving blood. So now what you're seeing now in the video is the person who is taking my blood. He inserted the needle, but unfortunately he was not able to get the vein and get the blood flowing into the bag to collect the blood. So he kept moving the needle under my skin to find the vein, and that was very painful. Like, I never expected it to be so painful, because this is my first time giving blood and I've never had that experience before. And normally people tell me, oh, it's okay, it's easy, you won't have any problems. But my God, it was so painful. And unfortunately that arm became swollen when I went home, so it was really horrible for me. But that this arm, which is my right arm that you see now, still not collecting blood, but eventually they ended up getting blood flowing in the arm, but it wasn't moving as quickly as how it normally should be. So they had to completely take out the needle and use a completely different needle and bag to collect blood from my left arm. So this arm only gave like almost a half bag of blood, and then they got a full bag from my left arm. So you'll see later down the left arm, blood from the left arm being taken. So how did I felt after giving blood? To be very honest, I felt less of myself. I felt very tired, very weak. But I felt great. Like, it made me feel great. It felt like I was doing something good. It felt like I was helping somebody. I don't even know who me I help. I just know say the blood is going to be put to good use to help somebody who needs it. Okay. And then see, like, you see how much minutes gone and nothing, like even not get no blood out. I was very frustrated. It made me very frustrated. So the total time that it took for my blood to be taken was about 10 minutes. Well, for my left arm, it was 10 minutes. But for my right arm, it took way more than 10 minutes and it didn't even half the bag with the 10 minutes. So I didn't really like that. But fortunately, we swapped arms and it was moving very quickly. And I liked it. I would do it again, definitely. Even though the experience was not all that great, I really did enjoy it. And knowing that I would be helping somebody in the future. Okay, and then later on in the video, you will see me finding out my blood type. So when I was doing my checks before I gave blood, I had to do a coagulation test. That's how you know your blood type. So they use different antigen coagulants, like where they use A, B, and O. So I had no coagulation in A, I had no coagulation in B, but I had coagulation in O. So I was O positive. So how you know your blood type? You literally just look for the coagulation in the different antigens that are added to the blood. So now you see my left arm, blood are flowing nice, everything I got good, and yeah, it was good. Like, anybody who is healthy and willing and able, please go to your closest blood hospital or blood center and find out how you can give blood, because you could be saving your own life. Yeah.
For hemoglobin, the whole is pretty stuff. So I'm gonna put the anti-serum to match the antigen in your blood.
A, B.
Which one are you? Is any reaction A or B? Is there anything in A or B? Or what about the positive or the negative? Anything in that one too?
Yeah.
So yeah, O positive.
O positive. Oh, so you're looking for the coagulation.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Agglutination.
Nice.
Once it agglutinates,
Mm-hmm.